Well, this was quite the movie, that's for sure. Hello, my name is Charles and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, yes, my name is Charles and yes, welcome. So today I will be talking about the movie Pieces of a Woman from Netflix, which stars Vanessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf, Ellen Burstyn, Molly Parker, Benny Safdie, Sarah Snook, and Eliza Schlesinger, I think is how you pronounce her name. I already had a hard time saying Eliza's last name, so imagine me trying to say the director and the writer of this movie's names, because they are very difficult, and I was like, you know what? Y'all can just look those names up because I don't want to mess it up. And even if I could try to figure out how to say it by looking online, I know I would be messing it up a lot. So I was just like, no, I'm not going to say their names, but you can look their names up because they did the work in this movie. Anyways, I first heard about this movie when it premiered at the Venice Film Festival. Was it in still summer when the Venice Film Festival was happening? I think it still went through in 2020. But yeah, that's when I first heard about this movie, and I heard that Vanessa Kirby was going to be a very pivotal power player in the Best Actress Oscar race this year, and maybe even Ellen Burstyn for Best Supporting Actress. And after watching the movie, I can safely say those two have their nominations locked, you guys. They are locked in for those Oscar nominations. For those of you who don't know what Pieces of a Woman is about, it's about this woman who just had a home birth and her baby had just died right after she had given birth, and it's just this whole year-long odyssey. And maybe it's not a whole year because I'm pretty sure it only goes through about 8 months forward after her baby died. But yeah, the movie is just this odyssey of how Vanessa Kirby's character, the titular woman in the movie, is grappling with what has just happened to her, and it shows how her relationships are fracturing, and basically it just shows her trying to cope with this loss that she's just endured. Right out the gate of this movie, the star of the movie was heavily praised for the first third of the movie with how powerful it was, and I was like, huh, why is it powerful? And watching the movie now, I was like, oh, because the first half hour of the movie is Vanessa Kirby in labor and then giving birth to her baby, and it's all done in one take, and I was just like, wow. The director, the cinematographer, and the actors were all able to keep the energy and the momentum of the scene going, and I was just blown away because edits are usually needed, but they really didn't need any of that, and I could feel what was going on in the scene, and it really felt like we were someone else in the room, and I was like, very, very interesting way to show this. Seriously, that first half hour, I was like, wow, Vanessa Kirby is really going through it, and all the research she's done on women giving birth, I was like, clearly paid off, because I was like, wow, I could feel the agony she was in, and this doesn't seem fake. In 30 Rock, Elizabeth Banks makes a joke in the episode that her character is giving birth, and they were like, she sounds so fake, and I was like, yeah, you can kind of tell when births in movies and TV shows are fake, but watching Vanessa Kirby in this movie, I was like, wow, this seems excruciating, and I know she's not giving birth, but it really seems like she is. I would say the birth of the star of the movie and then the courtroom scene at the very end of the movie are the two big events of this movie, and I think it's very interesting how they bookend the movie, and I'm like, it's kind of needed to make the movie work because everything else in the middle of the movie is, as the movie description says, like an odyssey. So nothing really big happens. We're just following Vanessa Kirby's character and maybe even Shia LaBeouf's character at times, go through it and shows how they're feeling and how they're grappling with this. And yeah, nothing really big is happening during the middle portion of this movie. So I think that the way they start and ended the movie were very good ways to end them. That way you could feel, I don't know, something very good at the start and then some closure at the end. Okay, maybe the start wasn't something that makes you feel good, but it made you feel something powerful. When it comes to the acting in this movie, as I said at the start of my video, Vanessa Kirby and Ellen Burstyn are sure locks for Oscar nominations. I mean, Vanessa Kirby's home birth that she gives at the start of the movie, and also what she does at the trial at the end of this movie, are honestly, it's no competition to see why she wouldn't get an Oscar nominations if you just saw those two scenes alone. Ellen Burstyn has not that many scenes in the movie, but you know what? She was in the movie more than I thought she was gonna be, and she only has one moment where she gets to really shine, but that moment she has is so powerful that I'm like, this is Beatrix Straight level, acting for one scene. If you don't know who Beatrice Straight is and her Oscar win for Network, her iconic Oscar win for Best Supporting Actress in Network, y'all should go watch Network. Find a way to watch Network, because Network is a powerhouse acting movie, and she is legit only in one scene in that movie, and she won Best Supporting Actress because of how good she was. So I would compare what Beatrice Straight was doing in Network to what Ellen Burstyn was doing in this movie with her one scene that she had of the whole lift your head up monologue, because that monologue really is the only thing that Ellen needs to get the Oscar nomination, in my opinion. Also, right before Ellen Burstyn gives her whole lift your head up monologue, Vanessa Kirby really gives like this good little mini monologue about how she knows her mom is ashamed of her, and the fragility that she was showing, the tears going down her face, I was like, ooh, this is hard. But then when like snot started going down her nose and it just like clung onto her like upper lip, I was like, oh, Vanessa Kirby is in her emotions right now and she's really feeling this. And ooh. But yeah, Vanessa Kirby and Ellen Burstyn, expect Oscar nominations for both of them. The main reason I went to watch this movie was because I heard that those two are getting Oscar nominations, and I'm like, yes, after watching the movie, I'm just like, yes, they are definitely getting Oscar nominations. And at this point in time, I'm like, I think they're the only two things that can get Oscar nominations from this movie. Now, I'm just like, we have reached the portion where we must talk about Shia LaBeouf. Yes, Shia LaBeouf, the problematic actor who I really thought had changed after the whole 1-2 punch of the Peanut Butter Falcon and Honey Boy. Ugh. The recent allegations against Shia LaBeouf from FK Twigs really, like, honestly shatters any chance he has at getting an Oscar nomination. I mean, Netflix took his name out of their campaign for this movie, and I was like, yeah, because we really can't be campaigning for Shia LaBeouf, even though he's great in this movie, like, after what he has done. And then more people came forward, like Sia and all that, to say, yeah, Shia LaBeouf did the exact same thing to me. And I'm like, whoa. This pattern that he has established of, like, dating women that he's been in movies with, and or just been around, like, creatively, I'm just like, whoa, this is toxic. And I really thought he had changed, because, like, he wrote Honey Boy, which is about himself and, like, dissecting, like, what's wrong with him and how he ended up where he is. And I was like, okay, I thought he had changed. And also when he talked about making the Peanut Butter Falcon and, like, talking to the guy who plays Zach, I was like, I thought you were going to change for him too, but clearly that did not happen, and I'm Boo Boo the Fool for thinking he could have changed. Honestly, if Shia LaBeouf just didn't have any of this drama associated with him, you know, of his own doing, then he would have had a chance to get into the Oscar race. But you know what? The Best Actor race right now is pretty much, like, booked and locked in at this point. It would have to take, like, a really, really good performance to, like, knock out any of the top 5 people who are in the category of Best Actor right now. And I don't think Shia LaBeouf quite does it, but you know what? He had a chance. He had a sliver of chance, but you know, when the allegations came out, all his chances turned to dust. When it comes to the direction of this movie, I actually really liked it, and it's not gonna get a Best Director nomination, this movie, the director, but you know what? He should get praise nonetheless, because, I don't know, the way him and the cinematographer of this movie made this movie look, it looked very, crisp, it looked very clean, in the good way. I mean, it's not extraordinary directing, but I just thought it was very nice, and the amount of one-take scenes they do in this movie, it was good, especially that first half hour where she's giving birth. I'm just like, this is great. But yeah, throughout the movie, they just have those one-take scenes sprinkled in throughout, and I'm just like, I like this. I do like myself, like, a tracking shot, a one-take scene. They're nice to watch. Overall, I think this movie is really great, and if I had seen it in 2020, then it probably would have made my best movies of 2020 list, but you know what? At least I've seen it now. I very much encourage you to at least watch the movie once. I mean, I watched the movie last night, and I'm planning on rewatching the movie sometime soon because I just found it so complex and so compelling that I would like to see it again. So those are some of my thoughts on the movie Pieces of a Woman, and if you like what I had to say, and you like my personality of what you've seen, then you know, maybe you can go subscribe to my channel, because I talk about movies, I talk about Blu-rays, I do music reactions, and you know, I do whatever else I want to do on my channel, because you know, it's my channel, I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do, and I'm just here for fun. So yes, subscribe if any of that sounds good, and if you like this video, you know, give me a like, because it helps or whatever. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video and coming to my channel, and you know, until the next video, you guys, I will see you then. Yep. Okay, yeah. Bye!